Not the whole song, but most of it. Lean on Me. Back again with another lesson. Shouldn't sit in a twirly chair. Because I might just want to twirl. I know I've been away for a while. Honestly, this song actually took me probably 2 weeks. Probably a week of whistling it to myself over and over again before I realized, well, since I can't get it out of my head, I might as well see if I can do it on Merlin. And then to take that whistling and to learn it on the Merlin was probably another week. But honestly, I know I'm so bad. I'm supposed to do it 1 a week is my goal. Summertime is just so hard to do it. It was just so busy at work, and when the sun's out, you kind of don't want to be inside. So I gotta do better. I know, but this is a good one. What do we say there? We got 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Do we have a limit? I don't know how much memory I have on my phone because that would suck. Alright, so let's get right into it. Let's bring you up a little bit. Alright, so we'll break this down into parts again. So we'll call it intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, and then that little funky part, which we'll call the funky part. Verse 2 and the chorus are pretty much almost identical except the way they start. So that pretty much will be one part. So once you break it down, we got three parts to go. Verse 1, verse 2 / chorus, and the funky part. Yeah, and then the ending is just a quick little thing. So 3 parts. Okay, intro. There's a couple of different ways you can do the intro. I just started doing the intro this way today, just to give it a little bit more of a different sound than the first chorus, first verse, because they're pretty similar. So we'll call up the chords as we get to them. So the intro is going to be D, E, F sharp, G, which is just barring all the way up. Then you walk back down. So it's all bars, all those 3 chords. So that's the first part. Second time through, you just change the ending. So you come back up to the F sharp, and then you go into this little abbreviated chord. That's gonna be a G, A / something. I don't know what it is. That's the only thing I could find that sounded right for this part. So basically, you're going 3, 2, open, which sounds bad by itself, but when it's in of everything else, then it sounds somewhat almost like it should be there. It's still not exactly right, but so Merlin, we gotta make exceptions to for what we don't have. So you do that, 3, 2, open, back to the A, open. So let's do that intro all the way through. So that's the intro. Now the first verse is pretty much the same as the intro, except we're going to do it a little bit different, and just so you could add more melody into it, right? So you need more notes, of course, right? So let's play it through once, and we'll go into it. Really, there's not really much more melody there, except you're doing it more open strings on low and all your fingerings on the first. So let's just go through that quick. So you know, high G there. I actually do an A there. So let's start over. Basically what you're doing is that do. You're not actually, when you're playing the song, somebody's singing, you're not actually doing that, right? You're playing the chords and they're doing it, either the bass is doing it or the melody that they're singing is doing it. But the rhythm isn't actually doing it. So basically what you're doing is you're playing a D, but now you're doing the vocals, which is the same run up as the intro, right? So if you didn't have any melody in there, it's and you just be doing the chords there, right? But we want to do the melody, so let's do that verse one again. So basically you're just climbing up to the G, now you climb back down. A, open, climb up to the F sharp. But before you get the F sharp, you do a D with on the second, and then you add the F sharp and then come back to the A. You could do, wherever I'm doing the A, the E works as well. I've been going back and forth which one actually sounds better. See, it actually sounds better to go to the E there, but when you go out of it to the D, the A to the D sounds better. So both work. I think it's actually supposed to be an E though, honestly. I don't know, I should have looked this up. Anyway, okay, so that's the first verse. Now we go to the chorus. So lean on me. So a lot of that repeats. The endings repeat, basically, is what we're doing. But it starts out. Go to low G. So that's picking on the middle string. Let's start over. Yeah. So low G. That's picking on the middle string. Now we go back to the other part that we know already, where we do the F sharp. Second time through. So that's the chorus. So the way we did that first verse, that's the only time in the whole song that you do it that way. After that, you're doing it the same way we're going to do verse 2, which pretty much follows the chorus. So on the chorus, you start the lean on me, but when we start on the verse 2, we're just going to start it with a single open strum. Alright, so let's just slow that down. So a lot of this stuff repeats, right? Alright, so that's the first few parts. Mind the camera. What am I doing here? Alright. So before the last part is the funky part, but before that, I want to go from the intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2. We'll do the whole thing as slow as I can do it without screwing up, so you can see it all. Actually, do we really need to do the intro? That's probably the easiest part. Might as well. Pretty much it. See, the whole part there is doing all downstrokes. And for the most part, that's what this is. Maybe a little bit at the ending. You're doing a little bit. just as a transition. But for the most part, this whole song is all downstrokes. Now we're gonna throw some stuff into that, some mutes into that later on, but that comes in on the next part, the funky part. Well, what's the words for this part? Yeah, this part. All right. So that's it. You do that twice. You guys caught that? Yeah, I'm an idiot. All right, let's slow that down. We'll just do a single string, no strumming, just so you can see where everything is. And for the most part, once you do get the single string, it's all D. The whole thing is in D except the ending. So that little funky 3-2 open, A, D. Everything else is in a D, but we'll just do single notes for now. I don't know if I can go any slower than that. Okay, so it starts on a middle string, high string, middle string, high string, middle string, low string. Trying to do it so you can see where I'm picking. Maybe if I do it with the fingers. So I think that's the best I can do it. So once you get that, then you start speeding it up. Once you can speed it up and not screw up, then you add the chords. Once you get the chords, then you add the mutes. I'm not doing it the best right there. I'm muting stuff I shouldn't be muting, but it's... don't actually have to do it perfect. That's the whole thing, right? you want to get those mutes in there to get that feel, that change of between the slower parts and this part, right? You want to get that. And then actually when you come out of this, we'll go into verse 2, and we actually throw some more mutes into that as well. And so we'll do this again, and into verse 2, where we're going to throw some mutes into that as well, just to get a little bit more. I want a better word than funky, but that's all I can think of right now. So you do verse 2, and then you go back to the funky. That's pretty much the whole song. So basically the song is intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, funky, verse 2, funky, verse 2, funky. I don't know if it actually does a funky before the ending. It might do verse 2, outro. You have to listen to the song, but. And then the outro is basically just A and D. The call me part. When you need a call. Whatever the words are. I think it's call me. So let's do verse 2, because I think it ends at verse 2. And then we'll go into the outro. So A to E, and then I'm just throwing in just little fills in between them. That's it. That's all I got. Lean on me. I don't know. I think this is an amazing song that sounds so good on Merlin, but I have no clue what you guys want. I do a really good song that I think is going to be a great song that everybody wants, and it gets 100 views. I do a song that I just do a quick one, and I'm like, oh, no one's even going to watch this. It gets 2,000. I have no clue. Anyways, I am still working on your requests. I actually did start a folder up now. Song idea folder for myself to go in there and just put all the requests, all my ideas into that one folder, and then I can start picking through it and finding songs to do. We're at what, 26 minutes, almost 27 minutes. That's a lot to learn. That's it. We'll end it there. Have fun, practice patience, have fun. Oh, shit, I even screwed up my tagline. It's been so long since I've done a video. Practice, patience, have fun. We'll see you guys next time.